Welcome back to On Stage. Swept Away began previews October 29th and opened in November as a New York Times Critics' Pick. It features music by the Avett Brothers and direction by Tony Award winner Michael Mayer. Last week, the producers announced that it would be prematurely closing this weekend, but due to the unprecedented demand after the announcement, it has now been extended to December 29th. And Swept Away stars Tony Award winner John Gallagher Jr. and Tony nominee Stark Stands. Now, I want to get to the recent news, Broadway news that came out that the show was and is closing. You posted you gave a very emotional curtain call speech the night that news came out. It's been an emotional roller coaster. How are the two of you handling all of this?
Oh, gosh. Our heads are certainly spinning. It has been, we all have emotional whiplash. A week ago, we all got the news at the same time, and we did the show. I made that curtain speech. I didn't realize that it was going to kind of inspire this call to arms for this rush to support. Yeah, I was just kind of hoping to say something eloquent, but it really rallied everybody into buying this new round of tickets, and it gave us this 2-week extension, which we're all totally floored by.
And just last night, as we tape on a Thursday, the show was completely sold out last night, sir.
What happened was can only be described as a sensation. Mm-hmm. People listened and they acted, and the tickets started flying. And like any Broadway show in its first weeks, we were on a slow climb, working our way towards full houses. All of a sudden, overnight, it happened. Yeah. And it kept happening. And the rest of last week sold out, and the rest of this week sold out. There are no tickets left, and I think that the decision was made to give it a little bit more runway and to give us a couple more weeks so people can actually catch it, because the demand went up. Yeah. And it's a really special feeling to be a part of that. Yeah. I'm grateful for the support, and it's from fans, and it's from friends of ours, Broadway friends, music friends, friends of the Avetts. It's a really incredible moment to be in the middle of.
This show is based on a true story. Just set the scene for us for Swept Away, this shipwreck moment that happens.
So the shortest version I can tell is that there's a book that was given to the Avetts when they were on tour in their 20s by their dad. It was about a shipwreck story. It inspired them to create music that became an album called Mignonette, and that album became the idea for a musical, and then John Logan took that idea and expanded it into a new story, inspired by the book, inspired by the album, which was inspired by the book. So it is a new story, but with 4 characters, and it has moments in it that are, unforgettable. There is a set magic trick that happens with the set that is jaw-dropping.
Theater magic.
It is, and you feel people reacting to it because you do not see it coming unless you've heard about it. And ultimately, this story about this shipwreck is about hope and survival and the will to survive against impossible odds, and ultimately redemption.
John, you are at the center of this piece. This show has been in California, it's been down in DC. You guys have been along for the full ride, now Broadway. Just talk a little bit about your journey with Swept Away.
Yeah, it's been a long one. The first email, I checked recently to confirm this, the first email I have about Swept Away is all the way back in 2015 from our lead producer, Matt Maston. There was no script. It was just an idea in its very early stages. I was excited because I loved the Avett Brothers, and then in 2017, on sort of a handshake deal, I said yes, I'd love to be involved no matter what happens with it. A year later, I read the script for the first time in 2018, and then we started doing workshops in the same year, and then Stark signed on in 2019, and we just kind of kept building it, and then we had our world premiere at the Berkeley Rep in Berkeley, California in 2022. Then we went to Arena Stage in Washington, D.C. and had an incredible sold-out run there, and that really was the momentum that got us to Broadway the following year. So it's been an epic trip. I've never been part of something that's had this type of gestation as a theater project, but it's been, despite the sad news of our early closing, it has been by far one of the most rewarding things I've ever had the honor of being a part of.
I was sitting front row. I know you guys saw me front row on opening night, and it was kind of special at the end because there was this concert by the Avett Brothers, and you could feel the love. I mean, their fans are... There were a lot of fans in the audience, but their fans are certainly all about them. And they came up from under the stage, as Michael Mayer had them do, and it was such a beautiful moment. What has it been like getting to know these guys?
you know,
We're
John,
still starstruck.
We
by
are, but it's wild when you work on something and it incorporates people that you admire and have admired for many years. And working in this business, it happens sometimes where you just all of a sudden become friends with people that you admire and look up to, and then weirdly your peers, and you keep pinching yourself and you never stop.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel normal, but until it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but.
Michael Mayer, who I mentioned is your director, this is a bit of a reunion for the three of you. You guys did American Idiot together. You know, was it fun getting back into the room with Michael?
So great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, there's really so much of the magic of this piece really is owed to Michael. Like, he has this real knack for bringing together the right collaborators for the right project at the right time, and it's exactly what he did with this show. Is he just brought people that have a shorthand with each other, that know how to work together, are very comfortable with each other. And so we knew from day one that it was going to be a really safe, creative space to try new things, and we all just went for it.
You did it.
We really went for it.
You
But
did
we
it.
couldn't have done it without each other.
And guys, thank you so much for coming in. You can catch Stark and John in Swept Away now through December 29th, and you don't want to miss it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.